Hey guys, welcome to a new mapping video, and in this video we're going to be looking at a scenario where the Kievan Rus returns, which was a state in the Middle Ages, early Middle Ages, I think, uh, which is basically like modern day Ukraine, I guess. It takes up a lot of, I know this is obviously wrong, but it takes up a lot of like Russia, Ukraine, most of Moldova, some of Lithuania, Latvia, whatever, Poland, it's a bunch of stuff. It's the big Slavic country. But today it's back, even though it's been gone for a really long time. Let's just get into it. Before I start, a couple things to take note of. Slovakia was very heavily destroyed, so I had it unite with what was left of Hungary. Moldova, which had a tiny bit left, united with the remains of Ukraine. I think that's it. Okay, let's get into it. So, they're back, and the whole world is shocked, and I think Moscow is there, so I think Russia is largely just, like, messed up, but it's not completely messed up. Lucky them, I guess. And damn it. Anyways, so I fixed a lot of the issues from the previous video. Obviously, they're not perfect still, but yeah. Let's just get into it. I'm being dumb. So they're going to immediately start by invading what's left of Romania. I'm messing this up already. My bad. Okay, my bad. Yeah. They invade the remains of Ukraine first, actually. I changed my mind. There, okay. So, Ukraine will be very quick and easy to invade, because, there's, like, there's, like, nothing left of them. So, they just sort of push towards the Moldova area, just taking it over immediately, and then they just sort of go in from the east. So, yeah, basically they're getting stomped out. Oh, I forgot something that could actually be important in this, like, one war in this war only. That is also owned by Kievan Rus. I forgot to tell you that. Not that you really care. Anyways. So, yeah. They just surrender at a certain point. That doesn't look good. I'm still working out the kinks with this engine, but otherwise it's going a lot better than last time. So, let's take a look at the peace deal. And surprise, surprise, they fully annexed Ukraine. So, yeah, Ukraine is no more, and Crimea is actually reconnected with Kievan Rus. Next up, they're going to have another minor war, very insignificant. They're just going to invade Romania real quick, because, looks bad in the map. Let's get on with it. They make a relatively large push into Romania's northern border, quickly taking the land. Obviously, Romania is not going to win this. They're going up against this blob. There were no really defined borders back then, at least for this area of the world, so, yeah. And Romania surrenders. I think you can take a guess what's going to happen, and surprise, surprise, they fully annexed Romania. So, they can't focus entirely on this area. So they gotta maybe move up north a little bit, maybe Poland. Poland doesn't get invaded a lot, I promise. It's not the most invaded country in history or anything like that. So, yeah, Poland is quite heavily damaged, was like pretty heavily damaged when the Kievan Rus formed, so they lost a decent bit of land here. I think it's like, I'm not supposed to do it with this pen, but like right there, that's what they lost. So they were actually like not prepared for this at all, so they're just sort of crushed pretty quickly. Established a front line. Warsaw's taken, and they surrender. This isn't interesting content, but I promise it will get interesting. I'm not even going to do a cut for this peace deal, because it's just doing this. So yeah. Kaliningrad is still controlled by Russia, by the way. Even though Russia is like, it's sea, it looks like a sea. So basically, the world is in shambles now. Or Eastern Europe is, at least. But, you know, now there's going to be, like, a interesting-looking coalition forming here, headed by Germany. I call it the German faction. It's not all German, but still. Even Switzerland joins us in. I know, crazy, but, yeah. So there's the German coalition. They do not immediately declare war. Just kidding, they do. Because there was a skirmish at the Hungarian border, I guess. I don't know. But since, obviously, the Kievan Rus probably wouldn't win this, especially considering, like, Germany is pretty powerful country, but, you know, the Kievan Rus is buffed in this video, so, anyways. The Ukrainians, I guess they would be, immediately capture Hungary, like, really fast. Like, obviously it wouldn't happen that fast, but, you know, gotta keep the people interested. Move is made into Czechia. They don't take that all the way immediately. These three countries just surrender, essentially, because they did not expect for that, like, this level of power out of the Ukrainians. Anyways, now for the big offensive, I'd say, at least. They make a spearhead through Czechia, divide the country in half. They'll probably surrender in a second, to capture Bavaria instead of capturing the heavily guarded belt, like, Bulgaria, or not fucking Bulgaria, Berlin region. So yeah, Germany is unprepared for an invasion from the south. Czechia is fully captured. A move is made up western Germany, and they're just slowly losing land to this very overpowerful Kievan Rus. So yeah, Germany surrenders, which basically leads to the rest of the country just leaving the war as fast as possible. Austria, it's a little too late for them, I must say, because, like, Germans are coming, so. Yeah. Massive invasion, just sort of. Anyways, yeah. Let's look at the peace treaty, because that's going to be interesting, in my opinion. Okay, so here's what we got out of this peace treaty. So, a few countries are fully annexed, specifically the Slovak-Hungary thing. I don't really know what it is. Slovenia. Actually, I think that... No, oh, yeah, and the Baltics, but, you know. Germany is made... And the Netherlands are made into puppets of this Kievan Empire, I guess you could call it. And Germany unites with Denmark, and what's left of Austria, part of Austria, was annexed, and same with Germany with its new capital in Munich, I guess, probably. Doesn't really matter. But, yeah, Kievan Rus is kind of on top of the world, so, yeah. But now we have a new power trying to throw their hat into the ring, which is probably a huge mistake for them, but, you know, that's how it gotta be, I guess. The Russians, for some reason, some strange reason, declare war on the Kievan Rus and its puppets, which don't really want to be in the war, but they can't do anything about it, so, yeah. So, yeah, not smart. Let's look at the war. So, yeah, Kievan Rus, the Kievan Rus loses some territory in the east pretty quickly, actually. Loses that little weird exclave it has down near Georgia, like the Caucasus region. And, yeah, pushes a pretty stable front line, is making its way towards, fucking whatever it's called, Crimea. But, you know, it's not going to go perfectly, obviously, because the Kievan Rus is buffed. Also, a big move out of Kaliningrad. Takes a pretty decent chunk of land up here. So, yeah. Russia is holding their ground decently, but, you know, it's still one of my mapping videos where an empire comes back, so. Yeah, Kievan Rus makes a push into Karelia, which is that region near Finland, in case you didn't know that. We see a surrender here. Yeah, so things aren't going quite right for the Rus or Russia. Like, yeah. A continued push out of Kaliningrad is made towards Berlin. They make a spearhead almost. They followed the coastline, taking the Baltic coastline, southern Baltic coastline, and then spearhead towards Berlin. So Berlin is captured now. But the Kievan Rus army thing has managed to push back a large amount of the Russian troops out of its Eastern Front. So yeah, things aren't going perfectly, obviously, but you know, I accidentally messed this up too. No, I didn't. Just kidding. Anyways, yeah. Push is made towards the incredibly close to the Kievan Rus homeland, Moscow, from like up here. They weren't expecting this. They used already deployed troops and troops just sort of all across the north to make a move around down this way towards Moscow, and then they managed to like very slowly come and take it. So they also encircle this piece of land, and all these troops are forced to leave. So yeah, Russia is beheaded at this point, so now they just all they can really do is try to hold their ground as best as possible, but it probably won't go super well. Let's be honest here. They've lost their capital, and Kievan Rus' capital is all the way in here, and they couldn't make an incursion. So yeah, clearly things aren't going super well for the Russians. Kievan Rus manages to push the. Oh my god, why am I talking so slow? They managed to push all of the Russians out of their eastern front. So now they only have to worry about the west, which is actually going decently well for the Russians, surprisingly. They make a move into puppet territory, taking Hamburg, which is like right here, I think, or here. I don't really remember. And slowly, actually not slowly, pretty fucking quickly, but yeah, that area surrenders. So things are going pretty well for Kiev and not very well for Russia, but you know, yeah, so they have a choice at this point, the Russians. They can either surrender and be spared some of the brute of the Kievan army, or they can just have to deal with this like many month slog. So let's guess what happens. They don't surrender because they're stupid. The Kievan's people make a push and take that island, which allows for a depot for more troops to push into the north. So essentially things aren't going very well for Russia. Not that they were to begin with. Russia's economy isn't very good. So yeah, obviously this isn't the exact path they'd take. They wouldn't cross that. They would come from here. So yeah, we got a bunch of troops from that island up there, which name I don't know. Yeah, they're all landing up in the north. So yeah, Russia is in a bad position right now. Troops are just slowly making their way inland in the Caucasus region. I think Stalingrad is taken right here, except it goes well. So yeah, the Caucasus region of Russia surrenders, and that's basically it for them. They had a small chance to pull out of this, but it's over now. Let's be honest. The Caucasus region is like their most financially like good region. I don't know. Good, yes, just financially good. This thing is taken. They cross this strait and they connect up with all those troops, and basically Russia's done. So they surrender. So basically now they're at the whim of the Kiev people. I'm stupid. I'm very stupid. I'm very sorry. So yeah, let's look at this peace treaty. This is going to be really interesting. So yeah, this peace treaty went a little crazy, but you know, Russia invading Ukraine, not very good. So the Ukrainians strike back and absolutely neuter Russia completely, like, dissolving it from existence. So all of the land west of the Urals is taken by Kiev, and everything else is just dissolved. So we have like a Siberia, Yakutia, and a far eastern area. These are all puppets. Also Tuva. I love Tuva. Yeah, so these are all just puppets of the Kievan land. They're very large political entities, but they basically have no power because of their only populated land is like right here, like along the borders. So yeah, but we're not done yet, despite the fact that their largest enemy is out of the way now. Maybe they'll do some colonizing, which isn't a good thing. I don't condone colonizing, because I know you guys would colonize people. But my point still stands. So they're going to try to take a colony. That is huge. Oh my god. Anyways, they're taking a colony down in the Middle East in the form of Yemen. They kind of deserve it anyway, because Yemen isn't a very good country. So yeah. They're going to have to take a very long path to actually get there, to be honest. Like, they got to go from, like, Crimea through the Strait of... Or not the Strait, like, the whatever it's called. And then through this... through the Constantinople, Istanbul thing. Then they go through, like, the Suez area down here to here. So there's going to be, like... It's going to be a little harder for them to actually take it, but still, we're just dealing with... You know, whatever, I'm yapping. So they make a landing on the west coast of Yemen and just sort of slowly move across. But once their populated area, like right here, is taken, they just surrender. So yeah, they're just taken under control of the fucking Kievan Rus now. So yeah, Kiev is kind of just a villain now. So now they're just gonna keep colonizing, I guess, for the rest of the video, which will be like 5 more minutes, I guess. I don't know. They're gonna move to Kenya next, but that pulls in. You guessed it, the U.S. You didn't guess it, but you know it pulls in the U.S. because Kenya is a close U.S. ally. So this is a big war. This is a big deal. So the Ukrainians just quickly take Kenya. They just surrender. But they know the U.S. is coming to liberate them, surely, right? Right? The U.S. doesn't have a very large area to actually, like, intrude and, like, make an incursion into the Kievan Rus territory. I forgot to color their puppets, which are actually going to be important for once. Anyways, yeah. So the U.S. is looking for a place to join the war from. Like, actually, like, attack from. So they're going to call in some allies. The UK, France, Belgium, Italy, my bad, and Turkey. These are all allies in this timeline, I guess. I don't know. So these guys are all going to aid in invading the Kievan Rus. The Kievan Rus will prevail, though. I'm just going to spoil that now. So they just take this as an opportunity, honestly, to invade into the territories they were already going to eventually. So they take Istanbul pretty quickly, actually, because they can invade from the north. And once they get Ankara, or whatever the capital is called, Turkey surrenders. But the U.S. already has troops up here, apparently. I was just making that up at this point. So they can invade into Germany with a very, very large invasion force. Why is Switzerland colored in? 1 second. Anyways, yeah, I accidentally had Switzerland colored in, so my bad. Yeah, now the U.S. will invade into Germany through Belgium and France and the UK, being able to take Denmark. So Germany is quick to fall because of its neutered military after the German war thing. So yeah. Kievan Rus has the U.S. at its doorstep now, but it's not going to give up, obviously. They're going to make a push into Italy, which is a relatively smart idea from here because they can take France, which is the main center of the U.S. forces here. Italy wasn't as fortified as France or Belgium, so they easily lose their northern part, but the rest of the country is pretty well fortified now because of the invasion. But yeah, the first incursion of American troops into Kievan Rus officially happens, so right here. They make a move into Germany and that area, like Central Europe. So yeah, taking back the old German empire territory, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, Germany looks a little bit too close to... Oh, crap. Anyways. I misclicked. My bad, chat. Germany looking a little bit too close to a certain realm right now. If you'll excuse me right there. Yeah. So, yeah, Germany looks a little bit like the old empire right now. But obviously they're going to keep pushing, so... Yeah. This is a pretty huge invasion, in case you couldn't tell already. A breakthrough is made in Italy, and troops flood into the southern part. It surrenders after Naples is taken. So yeah, we got surrendered Italy, but... So this is actually really bad for the U.S., because troops can flood into southern France now. And yeah, things aren't going quite well at the moment. Troops are able to push the... Oh, crap. Troops are able to push the U.S. army way back to Berlin, where they have a large army of, like, idiots, I guess. I don't know. They have a large army waiting to protect Berlin. I'm just going to color this in, because you know what happens, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, there's a big wall of troops, like, right here on the Berlin area, like the old German border, and this Czechian area, I don't know, protecting it from any more violence, I guess. I don't know. Southern France is invaded pretty quickly at this point, and, you know, things are falling apart for the entire U.S. alliance. Britain pulls out of the war, so the U.S. loses another large amount of, like... I don't know what I'm saying. The U.S. loses a large amount of troops and naval capability from that. Paris is taken, France falls, Belgium pulls out of the war before it's destroyed, and the U.S. leaves the war. So, all that for Kenya. Let's look at the peace treaty, because this is going to be big. That was the last event of the video, so let's look at the peace treaty. So, this is the last major event of the video. There was no land exchange, actually, here. But we did see some pretty major changes. Kenya and Yemen are puppets of Kiev now. Germany and... So yeah, the biggest changes are that Italy and France are now Kievan puppets. So yeah, that's going to wrap it for today's video. Kievan Rus absolutely dominated Eastern Europe here, so yeah. So before you go, please subscribe, like if you liked the video, dislike if you didn't. Let me know down below what I can improve in future videos, and I need to fix this. What countries you might want to see empires for in the future, what other content you might want to see in general. Yeah, so yeah, just let me know. I have a lot of fun making these videos. Not that you can tell it on my voice is just quiet though, so yeah, subscribe, like, notifications if you want to, share the video if you want to. You know, comment below what you want to see next. The World War I video is still in development, but we're getting there. Thanks for watching. Bye! Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I seem to have noticed that 95.2% of you guys who watch my videos are not in fact subscribed to the channel, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribed and commented below what you want to see next. I really enjoy making these videos, as I said earlier, and you know, just thanks for watching and enjoying the content. Just please subscribe. Thanks. See you in the next video.